Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Small reminder, you're stepping into the dangerous world of Shadows of the Knot. This is a chapter 13, Parallel Shadows. Let's begin. The war room reeked of gun oil, stale coffee, and barely contained alpha rage. Viktor Draven stood at the head of the long table, ice blue eyes fixed on the large screen, displaying live feeds from the mountain safe house. Marcus stood to his right, face pale, voice tight as he delivered the report for the third time. Blood at the tree line. His jacket torn and left behind. 2 silenced shots, signs of a struggle. The guards found no tracks leading away. It looks like a Volkov snatch team hit hard and quiet while the fire distracted everyone. Vic didn't move. His hands rested flat on the table, but the wood creaked under the pressure. The faded bond, that constant invisible thread, had gone terrifyingly silent since the moment the call came in. No pull, no warmth, just cold emptiness where Kai's presence used to hum. "He's not dead," Vic said, voice dangerously calm. The kind of calm that preceded mass graves. Kai Voss doesn't die quietly. He fights. He disobeys. He would have left a bigger mess if they took him. Marcus swallowed. "Boss, the blood is his type. The sedative residue on the snow matches what the Volkovs used at the club. And with the aggressive suppressant he must have taken from the med station, the ghost dose, his scent is completely gone. Even if he's alive, we can't track him." Vic's head snapped toward Marcus. For the first time in years, raw pain cracked through the cold mask. "Then we burn every Volkov holding until they give him back." He turned to the assembled lieutenants. "Triple the strikes. Hit their warehouses tonight. Their gambling dens tomorrow. I want Sergei Volkov to feel every second of this. If my Omega is gone," his voice dropped to a lethal growl, "I'll make sure the Volkov bloodline ends with him screaming my name." The men nodded and moved out quickly. Only Marcus lingered. "Boss," he said quietly, "if he faked it, if he ran to do something stupid." Vic's eyes flashed with something feral. "Then when I find him, I'll remind him exactly who he belongs to. But first, we fight, for him." Deep inside, the faded bond twisted painfully. Vic pressed a hand to his chest, feeling the absence like a missing limb. His Omega was out there somewhere, and the cold Alpha was about to paint the city red to bring him home. Volkov Syndicate, underground complex. The air down here was thick with the metallic temps of old blood and fresh gunpowder. Dim red lights cast long shadows across concrete corridors, lined with armed men. Kai Voss, now Rafe Keller, stood in a holding bay with 6 other new recruits, loading magazines for tonight's warehouse raid. His jet black hair fell messily over his forehead, muddy brown contacts hiding the sharp green eyes that once challenged Viktor Draven. The leather jacket hung loose on his frame, concealing the fresh scar on his cheek and the faint tremor in his hands. The ghost dose was working too well. His scent was non-existent. The heat was locked down so deep, it felt like it had never existed. Dmitri walked down the line, clapping shoulders and barking orders. He stopped in front of Kai. "Keller, you're with my team tonight. We hit Draven's south warehouse. In and out, grab what we can, burn the rest. Prove you're not dead weight, and the boss might let you upstairs tomorrow." Kai nodded once, voice flat. "Understood." Draven's gone soft over some hidden Omega whore. Word is the bastard's tearing the city apart looking for him. If we can grab that Omega, the war ends quick. Kai's fingers tightened on the magazine, but his face stayed blank. "Sounds like a weakness worth exploiting." "Exactly." Dmitri slapped his shoulder hard. "Stick close to me." As the team loaded into black vans, Kai climbed in last, staring out at the rainy city streets. Somewhere across town, Viktor Draven was unleashing hell in his name, and here, in the belly of the enemy, Kai was walking straight into the fire to end the war, before it consumed the only Alpha he had ever wanted to kneel for. 2 sides of the same storm, one burning with possessive grief and calculated vengeance, the other moving like a silent ghost, ready to sacrifice everything for the man he left behind. The fated bond, buried under chemicals and lies, pulsed once faint, desperate, reaching across the city. Neither of them could feel it clearly anymore, but it was still there, waiting for the moment everything would shatter. Rain lashed the city like bullets as Viktor Draven's convoy rolled up to the Volkov-controlled warehouse on the docks. The same docks where everything had started. Vik stepped out of the armored SUV, black coat flapping in the wind, ice blue eyes burning with unrestrained fury. "Burn it," Vik commanded, voiced like frozen steel. "Leave no one breathing." His men moved like ghosts. Explosives were planted at the main doors, while snipers took positions on rooftops. When the first charges detonated, the night erupted in fire and screams. Vik led the charge himself, pistol in one hand, knife in the other. He moved through the smoke with lethal grace, dropping Volkov soldiers who tried to defend the shipment of smuggled weapons and narcotics. Every kill was precise. Every scream fed the cold rage inside him. One Volkov lieutenant, bloodied and cornered, gasped as Vik pressed the barrel of his gun to his forehead. "Where is he?" Vik growled, low and deadly. "The Omega, my Omega." The man laughed through bloodied teeth. Draven's whore. Heard he got snatched. Or maybe he finally ran from your frozen ass. Vik pulled the trigger without hesitation. The body dropped. Marcus appeared at his side, breathing hard. "Boss, we've got the books and the product, but there's chatter on there comes they're talking about a new recruit. Some scentless beta who's already proving useful. They're taking him upstairs soon to meet Sergei." Vik's grip tightened on his gun until the metal creaked. The bond might be silent, but something deep in his chest twisted violently at the words. "If they have him." He didn't finish the sentence. Instead, he turned and fired into another group of fleeing Volkovs, painting the wet concrete red. "Keep hitting them," Vik ordered as flames consumed the warehouse behind him. "Harder, faster. I want Sergei Volkov to know exactly what it feels like to lose everything he loves." Across the city, in the back of a speeding black van, Kai gripped his rifle tightly as the vehicle swerved toward the South District. The van screeched to a halt near the burning warehouse. Dmitri kicked the doors open. "Draven's dogs are here. Move. Secure the secondary exit and grab what you can." Kai jumped out with the rest of the fresh recruits, keeping his head low. Flames roared from the main building. Gunfire cracked through the night. Draven's men were already inside, ruthless and efficient. This was his test. He moved with the team toward a side loading dock, firing suppressive shots at shadows. One Draven soldier appeared in the smoke. Kai deliberately missed, letting the man escape. Small acts of sabotage he could get away with. Dmitri shouted orders nearby. "Keller, with me. Cover the rear." Kai followed, pulse thundering. As they rounded a stack of burning crates, a Draven Alpha lunged at Dmitri. Kai reacted on instinct. He tackled the attacker, slamming him into the ground. Dmitri clapped Kai on the back as they retreated. "Good work, kid. You don't hesitate. Boss will like that." They reached the secondary exit just as more explosions rocked the warehouse. Kai's vision swam for a dangerous second. His hands trembled on the rifle. The side effects were worsening fast. The double dose of Ghost was pushing his body toward a dangerous crash as they piled back into the vans. Dmitri grinned at him through the chaos. "You did solid tonight. Tomorrow you meet Sergei himself. He's been looking for men who can get close without leaving a scent trail. Says we need ghosts like you to take down Draven for good, especially now that the bastard's lost his precious Omega." Kai forced a nod, throat tight. Can't wait. Inside, his mind raced. One more successful job, one step closer to Sergei Volkov. One bullet that could end the war and let him crawl back to the only Alpha, whose touch he both hated and craved. But as the van sped away from the flames, a sharp, unexpected pulse tore through the fated bond. Vik's raw grief and fury crashing against the chemical wall, like a tidal wave. Kai gasped, clutching his chest. For one terrifying second, he felt everything. Vik's pain, his rage, his desperate need. Then the ghost dose slammed the connection shut again. leaving only nausea and shaking hands. He was running out of time. The aggressive suppressant was killing him slowly. But if he could reach Sergei first, he would rather die a ghost than let the man he loved burn the world alone. In the burning wreckage of the warehouse, Vic stood amid the flames, coat singed, blood on his hands, staring into the night as if he could will the bond back to life. Miles away, in a Volkov van racing toward safety, Kai, disguised, scentless, breaking apart, stared at the same fiery glow in the distance. Neither knew the other was so close. The war raged hotter than ever, and the fated mates were tearing themselves apart to protect each other. The war is now raging on two fronts, while Vic unleashes brutal retaliation against the Volkov Empire. Consumed by grief and rage, Kai continues his dangerous infiltration deep inside enemy territory. Both sides are moving closer to each other without realizing it. The fated bond flickers painfully between them, strained by distance, suppressants, and war, but still refusing to die. If you're enjoying Shadows of the Knot, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support means a lot. See you in the next episode.